The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
All right, let's do this. Let's get into it. 312-591-8300. You text in, you call in that number for the next 4 hours to communicate with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Got some thunderstorms out there. You hit some rain on the way in, Kenzie, from Elgin at all?
Oh, my God. It's a miracle I'm here.
Is it really that bad?
It was heinous. Once I hit downtown, I couldn't see anything. I was just guessing.
Oh, there's just lightning. Oh, there's just lightning. It's pretty bad out there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
I missed it. Coming in Lakeshore Drive wasn't too bad. I don't know. But I think it's the Western Burbs more, too, Naperville, all that. So just be careful this morning if you're out there on the roads heading in early. We'll keep you posted. We have, coming up in an hour, 7:10, we'll have 311 AWOL Nation tickets in Clash with Kenzie. 8 o'clock, we have a huge announcement about Halloween. And at 9, the Darker Waves Festival. You get a chance to go see a festival on the beach, sold-out show in Huntington Beach,
and
California.
You win the trip there.
Full trip. Flight, spa, hotel, VIP. So pretty much 7, 8, 9, you got stuff for you free. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good free stuff.
Jazz hands. Look at all of our stuff.
Jazz hands?
Ah.
Yeah. Do your jazz hands in your car, but hold on to your wheel, okay?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
REM, Strange Currencies. You watch The Bear, and then you hear that song in there. It's such a perfect song for that show, which I hate to admit, I have not seen one episode. And when I was out of town last week with my
So
in-laws...
how do you even know that that's a good song for the show?
Because I saw them using that song in the trailer on YouTube, kind of thing that fits. And I know Lit
Fit
from
the trailer.
It fit the trailer.
Perfect song for the show.
Yeah.
You've never seen.
Case, you saw the first season, right? Did you see the first season of that?
No.
Oh, he just likes REM, and you haven't seen it either.
No.
It's unbelievable because I'm out there on the East Coast with my in-laws in Philly, and they're like, "Well, you watch that show, right? Chicago show, Mr. Beef, my favorite beef stand, actually." And I'm like, I just haven't caught up on it yet. I'm a little behind. I still haven't seen Stranger Things season 5 yet, the last season,
You've
whatever.
been talking about that for a year now. That
There's
just
not
move
5
on.
seasons of Stranger Things.
It is the 5th, right? I think.
I don't know.
I think
That's a
it's
show
the
I've never
third.
seen.
Oh God,
It's the third season.
I've seen Stranger Things. I loved it up until I just missed the last season, and I haven't caught up
you were
yet.
under the impression that you had watched 4 previous seasons.
Maybe.
Just move on from it. You're not watching it. Find something else to do with your time.
I have a child now. That's what I do with my time.
That's fine. Just stop talking about Stranger
She
Things.
goes to bed at 7:30.
Yeah, God. After Wheel of Fortune, she's lights out.
She loves Wheel of Fortune.
Every time I try to invite you to do something, you're like, "Oh, I put the baby down at that time." So I know you have plenty of time after that.
Well, I can't leave alone home.
Well,
I
she's
can't-
sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, but put the show on, you idiots, at the house.
Oh, you said invite me. You invite me over to your house,
Yeah,
and I
but I'm
can't
saying
come
that's
over.
how I know
That I am not doing anything.
that you're free.
All right. I'll get on Stranger
Fair
Things.
enough.
Maybe this weekend I'll watch it. I'll watch Stranger Things, and we'll give a review a year later on everybody.
How about you don't do that?
Everybody who watched the last season of Stranger Things, is it worth watching, investing the time now a year later?
My issue was there was such a large gap because I really did love the first 2 seasons.
That's the problem.
And I forgot everything by the time the last one came out. So then I was going to have to. So truly, if I'm going to watch it, I have to watch 3 seasons.
I know.
Because they're not 5, but I do have to watch 3.
What was a pretty good cliffhanger, I do remember that at the end of the last season I saw, which I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
You remember that there was a cliffhanger
Yeah,
at the end of a season?
Yeah, it was the sheriff.
Hot take.
And that didn't entice you to watch the new season when it came out?
It should have, but I got busy. I had things going on. I had things.
You're really frustrating sometimes. Just move on from it. You're not going to watch it.
Can't do it. Got to keep it on the playlist. Got to keep it ready to go. We'll figure it
No,
out.
you just have to complain about it for the rest of your life.
Coming up in a fact that makes your brain go, why is Chicago looking for archers, people that can shoot bows and arrows?
They should go to the Renaissance Fair. If they need people.
Renaissance Fair's over, so these people are. I don't know what they do when they're not there in Renaissance Fair.
They're free.
Yeah, they got time. But Chicago's looking for archers, and maybe you are one, and you know why, but I don't know. Shh. Guess why Chicago's looking for archers? They will pay you for it. We'll talk about that with the fact coming up in 7 minutes.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, well, time for a fact that makes your brain go. And this one involves deer out there. And this is something that's started with the city of Pittsburgh right now. And I know it's going to come to Chicago because we've talked about this time of the year when the deer population explodes. And apparently Pittsburgh is seeking archers, looking for 30 hunters that have to pass background checks and pass an accuracy test to go through the parks and kill deer to keep the deer population low because it's getting too high there.
Aww.
I know. Bambi and stuff.
I love deer. I just feel like they're so sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
They're the most like little graceful. There's be clip-a-clapping around. They're so cute.
Do you like venison, chili, or anything?
I do.
So the ones that aren't cute can be our meal?
Listen, I'm very conflicted because there is nothing more than I like the meat. I love steak and venison also, but I think animals are so cute.
They are. I agree. I never used to think that way, and now I am thinking that way of, I don't think I could ever become a vegetarian or a vegan.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
But at the same time, these cute animals, and what are you going to do? And now listen, the deer population gets out of control. When we were on our trip, we were actually going through Illinois to head out, and 2 deer jumped the highway on the south side. I was like, where are these deer living over?
They jumped you on the south side?
Well,
the deer?
Yeah, I lost my wallet.
A badass deer over there.
Lost my phone, tried to carjack us, but I just kind of kicked their legs out. I got one little sweep underneath and knocked them out.
Bambi's out for revenge, bro. He's
I couldn't
for your
believe.
ass.
Anybody ever seen deer jump to Dan Ryan? I couldn't believe it. 2 just jumped across, and then they went across 5 more lanes the other side and did not get hit. I couldn't believe it. And they ran through.
They deserve to live.
I guess. I mean, I don't know if you can cross the Dan Ryan in heavy traffic on a Friday afternoon like I was.
Whenever I see that, I always just imagine that they're like teenage deer and they'll sit back and their parents will be like, what is wrong with you? I told you to stay by the lake.
How dare you cross the Dan Ryan?
It's stupid.
Now, the numbers are unbelievable, by the way. If you really look up and see how many numbers, there were 158,000 deer killed in Illinois last deer hunting season. I'm not exactly sure when it starts this year, but we're getting kind of close in the fall.
And I know that, this sounds horrible. They say at least, this is what's said. I'm sure there's somebody who could counteract that. But I have heard that the hunting is supposed to be good because in states like ours, their food goes away and then so many of them starve to death, which is miserable.
That's right.
That's supposed to be the population control. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at because I was like, that's not true. They would make it. But I have heard that because most of the food goes away. And then they just literally slowly, imagine that. That would be horrible.
It's not their fault either. They're just out there, the mommy and the daddy deer are, getting that action on, and then they make a baby deer, and then they make more deer. So it's not their.
Why are you explaining how deer are made?
Because it's not their fault, is what I'm saying. They just having a good time and making more deer. But then all of a sudden we go out there, we have to shoot them to keep their population down. You know what I mean? For the food supply like you're talking about. I'm just trying to help your theory.
I know, but nobody would be like, well, it's the damn deer's fault. What are you talking about?
Well, I think people let's say PETA would be against it, saying hey, you're killing animals. Like you just said, they're cute, but they're delicious. It's conflicted feelings with animals.
I know. I really have to separate the two.
Well, which side are you going to go with?
No, I mentally, I don't sit there and eat venison and think of a deer. I just separate it in my head.
What if you picked one animal just to eat? And then the other ones you save. Now you're saving most of the cute animals, I guess.
What animal would I pick?
I guess it's cows, right? Steaks?
I'd probably pick chicken. I feel the least guilty about chickens.
Because they're just kind of evil?
No, but I don't know. I could ride a cow. They're so cute.
You're going to ride a cow?
I could ride one.
I would love to see that.
I used to ride horses. I used to do all sorts of stuff.
I think cows are different than a horse.
Similar, 4 legs.
Well, they're also probably slower. But I would, if you had to pick one animal just to eat the rest of your life, I guess it'd be, chickens, you said. Yeah, they're ugly. And, they're also, maybe they have more feelings than cows. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I think the cows have more feelings. I think you can emotionally connect with the cow.
Yeah. But then we eat most of them. We eat more cows than anything else.
Do we?
I think so.
Chicken?
I don't know.
Are you just making stuff up?
Kind of. I'm just having a conversation.
What's the fact?
I mean, think about burgers. Well, hot dogs come. Where do hot dogs come from?
Pigs.
Okay, hot
You
dogs.
can also have beef, all beef hot dogs. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think for the most part, they're pork.
Yeah. So, I mean, steaks and burgers got to be the more eaten than chicken.
I don't think so. There's chicken's in a lot of stuff.
Might need some research on this case.
This is going off the rails.
Do I need to go to school for this?
No, you're good on law school and animation school. I'm just trying to figure this out. I mean, obviously, there's some hunters out there that might want to check in at 312-591-8300 and set us straight. But
Well, what do you eat more of? Think internally. Look inwards.
you know what? I eat more chicken, and I
know.
love.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I eat more chicken.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's why
What
I
do you
said
eat?
it.
You go. What do you eat most of?
Well, I've never had a burger from a fast food
Ew,
restaurant,
get it.
so by default, I think I would say chicken.
He's never had a burger at a fast food place.
And I love burgers. It's not when I go to a fast food place, I'm blinded by fried chicken.
What?
Well, not all of them have fried chicken,
Even
though.
like McDonald's, you've never had a burger?
No, rest in peace the chicken selects, but I just get a McCrispy, like a spicy McCrispy meal, the sandwich.
I can't
I'm
believe it.
sorry.
I can't believe you've never had a double quarter pounder with cheese.
No, I've never had a Big Mac. I
You
have
know
never
what's
had.
funny?
And it's not. I'm not against it. I've just never had it.
Like you've never had a Baconator.
No.
How do you live?
You know what's funny though is when we tried to order food from Burger King and then all the wrong food showed up. You ordered a burger, didn't you?
I did, and I was excited to chow down on it, but I didn't get the opportunity. Brian doesn't know how to use food delivery
I
apps, and he messed it up.
know.
Sure, blame the DoorDash delivery guy on me.
No, but you really ruined that whole experience for all of us.
Sorry I ruined an ordering experience on DoorDash for you.
You
I'll
did.
make it up to you guys. So anyway, the fact of the day was that Pittsburgh's looking for archers and Chicago is the same thing, and 158,000 deer were killed to hold the population. But they are cute and delicious at the same time, and we are all conflicted as a show on how to handle that. But we're going to go forward and eat animals, right?
No, I'm not switching from that, but they are very cute.
Very cute. And as a fact, and it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 coming up. Not related to animals at all. I don't know how to segue to this. But Kenzie got a phone number at Target while wearing a wedding ring and pregnant, showing pregnancy.
You need to word it differently. I didn't get a phone number. Somebody was trying to give me their. Do you know what I mean?
But you got a phone number. You left with a number.
Well, and then I threw it away. I'm not a hoe.
And she liked it.
Despite Facebook.
We'll talk about that after 21 Pilots, Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Something very special happened yesterday on the show where Kenzie announced that she is pregnant. And the baby is due February 5th. Is that the date?
Yes.
February 5th. Very exciting time. Adding to the crew members. It's one more there. It's wonderful. My baby, Harper, 9 months old, will have a little friend. It'll be great.
Yay.
And so obviously you're out shopping yesterday at Target. And that's the thing you go to when you have babies. All of a sudden you go through different aisles you've never been down before. It's kind of a wild thing. All of a sudden you end up in these aisles you've just passed all the time.
So what I've been doing is, because I'm thrifty, is I have been buying all the clearance stuff for different ages. So like 6-month-old summer clothes, or like the summer stuff's on clearance. So I've been
Wow.
buying like 6 months. And then at the end of fall, I'll buy like, 8 and 9 month, like Halloween stuff and, Thanksgiving stuff. So instead of buying it full price, he's going to need it.
So you're going to buy this stuff and house it somewhere in one of your bedrooms in that house in
Well,
Elgin.
the baby has a closet in his room. So
It's a lot, though. It's a lot of stuff you're buying ahead on, though, because you're going to have a lot more stuff you don't even imagine. Trust me.
I know, but why? He's going to need it. He's going to need stuff to wear in the summer. Like, I got a great deal on a swimsuit the other day. He's going to need one.
Well, it's good. That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
going to buy it when it's on clearance, baby.
It's a lot. Okay, save a couple bucks. Listen, I'm cheap, too. I get it. I'm worried about the room you have. I'm worried about it in the
Why?
house.
You don't even know what my house looks like.
I haven't been there, but I know it's a big house in Elgin. It's a big,
Yeah.
it's big. All the way, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms.
It's 5.
Okay, yeah.
5 bedrooms.
See, I'm just apartment living guy, so I don't know these things. I every
Don't
space.
you have like 3 or 4 bedrooms?
Yeah, but they're all full of junk. My
Yeah,
toast-
see, I don't do that. I am like I cleanse the house a lot.
I don't believe in that.
I know.
So you were at Target yesterday, and what happened? Someone hit on you?
Okay, so I thought this was so, I don't know, and then it made me feel better. That's the funny thing. So I've been feeling a little large and in charge lately, okay? It's interesting, like, to have a belly, right?
It's nice that you're showing it now because you were hiding it for months.
And I felt really frumpy because I had to wear such big clothing. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I just feel like a pile of crap. Anywho, so yeah, now I'm wearing some form-fitting stuff, but I was wearing leggings at Target so you could see the whole thing. Okay, it's sticking out.
Pretty obvious you're pregnant.
And I had, like, my shirt was like a crop top, but it's because the leggings were high-waisted.
Yup.
So you could see there wasn't a baggy shirt over it. And I have my wedding ring on, and I'm
boy.
literally shopping for baby clothes. So
Yup.
wedding ring, baby clothes, huge pregnant belly. And this guy walks up to me, and he's like, I really didn't want to do this. And for all I know, he's a Q101 listener, or he watches the MVP game. Like, I don't know.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, and he goes, but I just think that you're so pretty. And like, if you ever need someone to talk to or just get coffee with or to like vent to. And he gave me, but it was so sweet.
Uh-huh.
And he's just like, you're one of the prettiest people I've ever seen. And I just wanted to cry because I'm pregnant.
Right. Right. Sure. It's a nice compliment.
I'm like, oh, you think I'm pretty because I think I'm fat. And like, it just made me feel good. And I went home and told my husband because I was like, I feel better. Like, I still got it. And then he said, did you wear just those leggings without a sweater to Target, like over it? And I was like, and I lied. I said, no. I said I wore my sweater over my leggings.
Oh, my God.
Because he's like, yeah, I could see why. Those are pretty, like, tight leggings. Like, oh, with a baby bump.
Obvious baby bump.
I mean, it is obvious. You can see it right now, right?
Yeah, this is the first, well, because you were hiding it even from us for a while, so
Right.
I didn't know
That's
before.
Papa Lobbin.
Yeah, it's out there. It's great. It's beautiful.
Thanks. It's gonna make me emotional.
It's gonna be a rough show today.
I am going to be a disaster until February.
We're gonna give away 311 tickets in 20 minutes. She's gonna cry over that. Someone's gonna take the tickets.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna speak for guys out there. There are some guys that find pregnant women more attractive than non.
Do you think it was a fetish thing?
I don't know if it's a fetish thing, but there's something, I don't know if it's in human nature with men, but it's, kind of like women say that a man with a wedding ring is kind of, and all of a sudden men get hit on with a wedding ring more than they did
Which
before
is
one.
creepy.
Well, I think
that is creepy, though.
I don't know if it's creepy. I think the women see, oh my God, there's a guy that actually committed. So
let me try to make him cheat?
Exactly. And it might be the same thing with guys
backwards.
to pregnant women. And I don't know if people want to chime in on this conversation at 312-591.
Like what, her parts workers? Like, what are you trying to say?
Well, yeah. It's just some kind of weird, innate, like caveman, cave woman thing, instinct in us that goes, that man committed, or that woman is having a baby.
That's quite the task to take on, though. It's like being a step parent is only one thing. Like, it's a beautiful blessing, but to be like during the pregnancy, like that would be a big.
He saw you
thing.
He saw you shopping alone.
Oh my God, this is what my husband said. He's like, I swear to God, Roman was like, well, you're there alone. I'm
Yeah.
like, so what does that mean?
I know. I lost my wedding ring a year and a half ago. I was at a year and a half ago. I haven't replaced it. And I was walking Harper alone. I went to the grocery store, and every woman in the place looked at and gave me this little smile. Not that the baby's cute, that maybe I'm like the single dad. And they were like, hey.
Is that what you think, or are they smiling at Harper? Harper's adorable.
92% were smiling at Harper, but maybe a couple percent were like saying maybe he's a guy.
They're probably looking at you like, finally, like, not a deadbeat who's excited about other women. He's just into his daughter and his wife, and here you are like, yeah, I'm getting checked out.
I'm going to give me some numbers at the grocery store.
Good Lord.
Over at Mariano's, I'm collecting numbers in aisle 7.
But he was very, very nice. And that has to be hard as a guy to do, like, the cold walk up. So I give credit. I've never wanted to be mean. I hate when I see girls, like, disgusted when guys walk up to them because that's hard. Like, I give credit to this guy. I really do. It was very sweet. I'm like, and man, was that ballsy while I'm pregnant with a wedding ring. He was probably hoping that just my marriage wasn't good because he was like, if you need to, like, get coffee or talk about anything, I'm like, do I look sad?
Juan checked in on the text line, 6301. I've always found pregnant women to be so cute, pretty, and beautiful. Never anything sexual. Just found them to be very pretty. Okay, Juan, you had me for a minute. Now you're telling me, no, it's okay. You can find them sexual. It's fine.
Is it?
I mean, you might have been single for that guy and he wanted to be a daddy.
I guess. Maybe he's, maybe that's his dream. Maybe he wants to be a stepdad. Maybe he has a stepdad dream.
Maybe he trolls the baby aisle at Target all the time.
Oh, no. I'm going to see him there next time hitting on some. You know how offended I would be if I came again and he was hitting on somebody else? I would be so. I would cry.
You'd actually start hitting him with something.
I'd be like, you ruined this for me. I thought I was just special.
You said I was the one. You said you're hitting
the
with
prettiest person.
throwing toilet paper at him.
Oh my God, it would hurt my feelings so bad.
Oh, that's amazing. See? Pregnant women emotions.
Oh no.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, coming up in sports, it's football season. I mean, this is the week we should be talking about football, but there's so much to talk about with what happened with the Cubs and the White Sox last night. We'll get to that right around 7 o'clock here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And we were just talking about how Kenzie got hit on in the baby aisle, showing pregnant, wearing a wedding ring at Target yesterday.
And buying baby clothes.
And by the way, if you're that guy, please call up. I bet he's a listener. I bet he's a crew member. 312-591-8300. Love to talk to you about your motives and what you were thinking there with that, because we can all speculate. And I do know there's guys like on Shameless that think pregnant women are incredibly beautiful. One of our listeners pointed that out. I forgot about in Shameless, that situation. But Erica checked in. OMG, Kenzie, no. Guys will hit on pregnant married women because there's absolutely no chance that they'll have to marry you or any chance of them knocking you up because you already are. Wow, that's a take. Does that make you still feel special?
I don't feel good anymore.
But she also adds, it doesn't mean you're not beautiful, but try to avoid men like that. Still too late? Shouldn't have read that one?
I was feeling pretty good about myself.
Pretty good. I got to admit, if there's a lane you're going to take, and that's your lane for the guys out there.
Wow.
Listen, man, I know I can't.
I'm like, he's got to be a great guy because he's like, I don't even care. I would help you through a bad marriage and raise your child.
Yeah.
And it is apparently very different than that.
Yeah, well, in Erica's eyes, yeah, it sounds like she has a story too, maybe. But
Can you tell why I've been cheated on so many times? This is my judge of character. I'm like, he must be an angel.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, well, listen, he still might be an angel. Don't listen to Erica. But Erica sounds like
I'm going to listen to Erica.
Yes.
I wasn't trying to date the guy. I just thought it was intriguing.
Sure was. You want to hang out in the baby aisle to meet a baby daddy? You might have one there, ladies. Head out there in Target.
I don't know. If I bump into him there again, I'm going to be really angry.
Oh, I would just die if you saw him with another pregnant woman.
I would be really upset.
In the meantime, here's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. An ice cream parlor for dogs opened in Virginia. No surprise, the most popular flavor for them to lick, balls.
What?
Mathematicians say they've proved that the 6 degrees of separation theory is true. It was announced yesterday at the University of Kevin Bacon. The writer's strike is now at 4 months. It's so bad writers who used to work on screenplays in Starbucks now work for Starbucks.
Oh.
And a new study found that opposites really don't attract. Well, I could have told you that 30 years ago after the breakup of Paula Abdul and MC Scat Cat. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.